Hello everyone, welcome to another Lost Dragon Mech Warrior online tutorial video. This time I'm going to be talking to you about the Summoner. This is a mech that I really enjoy playing. It's one that a lot of people ignore because it does have a lot of problems. It's a 70-ton mech. It doesn't have endo steel. It's very limited by the tonnage that's available to it because it has a lot of fixed equipment tonnage allocated to jump jets. It does have 4 jump jets mounted in the legs, as you can see. This particular build that I'm using is my favorite build for the mech. It has dual clan ultra autocannon 5s. I've got those mounted in the side torsos, backed up by 4 medium lasers, 2 in each arm. With this mech, I'm basically ignoring the quirks. I'm not chasing after the ultra autocannon quirks for the mech. I've ignored those in favor of mounting these in the high torso hardpoints. The mech has a very high cockpit, and those high torso mounts allow me to peek and shoot very effectively with the ultra auto cannons, as you'll see coming up in the video a little bit further along. The arm weapons here, again, 4 medium lasers. These are fairly hot. I try not to fire them too much because they do generate a lot of heat. With the low tonnage on this mech, I don't have any extra double heat sinks in the mech. I've just got the stock 10 that come with it. I've only got 4 tons of UAC 5 ammo, again because I'm so limited by tonnage. You can actually see that I've shaved off a good bit of armor in order to be able to cram extra ammo in here. The modules that I'm using are the CUAC 5 range and cooldown module. Mech modules that I have equipped are radar deprivation to help me hide a little bit more effectively and avoid incoming missiles. Seismic sensor because it gives me a little bit of advance warning if I'm getting flanked or having someone approach me from behind. And then for my cooldown modules or consumable modules, I'll use either cool shot or a UAV with improved artillery strike for this mech. So here we go. We're going to start the match here. I disconnected the beginning of this match and had to reconnect, so I kind of quickly saw who was in the match there with me.
Target acquired.
This is HPG Manifold. This map is kind of dark, as you can see. I play a lot of this match in heat vision, and a little bit further on in the video. It makes it a lot easier to see what's going on this map if you play in heat vision mode. Now, it's not good for super long range. You are limited by the range that you can see in that mode, so you may find it necessary to swap in and out. But for the most part, in this match, I wound up playing in that mode, and it was very effective for me. So I'm gonna kind of move up the right side here, and there's a couple of enemies already up here. I'm gonna focus on this Timberwolf, and you see him rubber band there a little bit when he collides with his teammate, and that's a fairly common thing. So they're shooting back, so I kind of pop back down. I back down the ramp. There's that Timberwolf poking out again, so I'm just gonna continue laying into him, and I'm peeking up over this ramp, trying to only expose enough of my mech to get all my weapons available to fire. I'm going to start shooting this Highlander that's coming up over there. My heat is going up, as you see, when I fired those UAC 5s double tapped and fired the medium lasers together. So I moved off and I cooled down for a second. Now I'm going to move back up and continue fighting. I'm getting shot at from the right side there. I know that I'm getting shot at, but I was focusing on that Highlander, trying to secure a kill on him. But now I see this Arctic cheetah over here, so I don't want to let him just continue to shoot at me unabated. And I'm going to unlimber my arms here because that's helpful when fighting light mechs, especially. You see my impressive gunnery skills where I miss him several times. I was aiming for his legs there. That's typically what I find to be the most effective way to kill a light mech. If you can take off a leg, then they're basically a sitting duck. Even if you're hurt, if you can leg one, you can get away from him and let your team finish him off. So I'm kind of looking around, assessing the situation here. I didn't want to approach that right side by myself because there were a lot of mechs over there. I'm staying up top, and I'm going to adjust. I'm going to orient my legs so that I can continue walking forward and stay on the platform here while I continue to fight these guys.
New target acquired.
And again, you see my impressive gunnery skills with several misses there. This mech's going to come through, and I'm going to finish him off with medium lasers.
Target destroyed.
There we go. That one's down. Now the other enemies, a lot of them have moved below. This guy here, this Thunderbolt, he's moving below. So I have to kind of make a decision here. Do I want to go below? Because I notice on seismic there's at least a couple down there. So I decided to go ahead and jump down because that Thunderbolt I noticed was hurt enough that it should be pretty easy to finish him off without taking too much damage myself. His teammate kind of left him holding the bag. As you saw, that guy that was over to the right just kind of went around, and I'm not sure where he exactly went. So I'm kind of taking a risk here by moving this way since I'm ignoring that mech, but it pays off because this Victor comes down and just charges straight at me, and I'm able to get a lot of fire into him and take him out with concentrated fire on his CT pretty easily. And got a solo kill there. I'm going to pass this Stalker, and we're up a pretty good margin at this point. So now we're just kind of going into mop-up mode, and this guy's hurt pretty bad, so I'm just going to get in close and start brawling and focus fire with the rest of the team and take him out quickly. And we're going to go finish off the last guy, which looks to be an Atlas up top here. This mech, it's not really a brawler. I don't try to get in brawls unless it's a very favorable situation for me to brawl in, because it's fairly fragile, being a 70-ton mech. It doesn't have a lot of structure quirks and things like that, so you will die fairly quickly if you try to brawl mechs that have high DPS or high pinpoint alphas. So I kind of stick back and do fire support, and that works out fairly well. As you'll see on the score screen coming up here, this wound up being a pretty good match. I think I had top damage and match score in this. 756 damage, 2 killing blows, 1 solo kill, 6 components destroyed, 250,000 C-bills earned. So wound up doing pretty well. Yeah, top match score and top damage, and that's kind of an example of how to play the Summoner.